those police on the other side of the street, I'm wondering what's going through their heads, you know?
Dude, they've got to be with like fucking zombies everywhere and protesters. They've got to be like, what the fuck is going on?
All these people are here because they realize one thing.
Corporate America's a greedy motherfucker. You don't mind if I cuss, do you?
That includes all of the Democrats and the Republicans in Congress, and I'm just tired of it.
This is the start of a new America.
I love capitalism. I'm not a communist.
I'm an anarchist too.
This is a 24-hour protest / open forum where anybody can speak their mind, anybody can come here and share their ideas, anybody can come here and say or do pretty much whatever they want as long as they're not violent or hurting each other.
The protesters might start out as peaceful, with reasonable demands like just tax the rich.
We're tired of certain taxes going for the rich. I mean, the rich in this case are the corporations, whereas in the Boston Tea Party, you can say that obviously the king was the rich then.
Like, we're graduating college in 3 years and we're entering the worst job market in the US, and we're like fucking screwed.
People say people have too many different reasons why we're out here. Well, there's just too many different problems in this world right now.
There is no leader of this movement. That's why it's such a huge and growing movement, because we're not doing it the old way anymore. Everybody is a leader.
No one leader, no one ideology has answers for this. And I think that's where that's really where this salvation's going to be. The 1%.
Corporate America, the people who run the banks and whatnot, leave their jobs, they get in their $300,000 cars, and they go home to their $1 million homes. While you have the poor people who are still out here protesting, and at the end of the day, the bankers don't care.
The people in charge, they don't mind if we're parading, they don't mind if we're holding up placards. We're not telling them anything new. They know the bad that they're doing. So what we have to do is there have to be enough of us to threaten the system, to say, we're not going to shop, or we're not going to go to work. We're going to shut things down until you answer us. And we're only going to do that with numbers.
Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
Power to the people. Woohoo!
Look, these lobbyists are not speaking for me. The corporate greed is not speaking for me. I'm the one who has the right to vote. I am the one who is voting against you.
I buy an iPod Touch, then keep in touch without feeling that much. Next items, please. It's my white tees and Nikes. That's how we end up in the streets staring at our feet.
The only way to beat the system is to become the system. And if you can't get out there and vote and speak your mind, it's like you have no right to an opinion even.
It is something important that people should be aware of.
How's everyone going to know if we're not out here telling people about it? So everybody could, say, oh, we're out here trying to have a party and it's mini Woodstock or whatever.
How do you bring the public's attention to this? And how do you ignite the rest of people's interest? If you just parade in the streets and do only what you're permitted to do, people lose interest. They think it's not getting anywhere. So the idea was to confront them and say, hey, guys, you've got to let us have the park. You've got to let us have free speech. And And so you kind of confront them with it. Now you're not saying you jerk-offs, you know, but you are trying to take a stand so that the rest of the nation sees that you're being denied. And so it is confrontational, it is in your face. It's us trying to put that arena in a public eye. You have to kind of push it.
I'll be your garbage man.
You respond to us with violence, tasers and beatings. If only you would just accept us as reasonable human beings, listen to our demands, then we could build a kinder, better world for everyone. But no, instead you had to kill me, and now I have to come back from the dead and eat you. What a giant pain in the ass for me and everyone else. I'm done now.
The average person's asleep. That's really the problem. I mean, the average person just, you know, watching Dancing with the Stars, you know, fiddling while Rome burns, you know.
Gets on the news for like maybe an hour. You know, people will talk about it that night, and then the next day they're back to watching American Idol and forgetting about it. The occupation protest seems to be working very well as far as at least getting it stuck in the people's minds instead of having it be, you know, just something that people can forget about.
I think people are finally starting to wake up to the fact that the way this country's been run for the last few years isn't sustainable. So it's about time something happened to change it.
It's good to see them sticking it out for so long, honestly, man.
You know, the American public doesn't have a choice anymore. We're up against a wall and something has to change. It isn't just about people's jobs or economy, it has to do with the world.
I hope it goes on forever.
So, you know, I don't know where the answer is going to come from. I hope an answer will emerge, but, you know, unfortunately, solutions will have to come politically, I think.
I'd say that you should start running the country the right way, or we will rise up and we will eat your brains! You don't need to do other things to have a good time, like smoke crack or do meth. But, you know, all you need is a shirt that you don't really care about and some pants you're willing to tear up and a bottle of
pajama top.
A woman's pajama top.